Hi, this is Mrs. Oakley, and today we're looking at Unit 9, Lesson 6. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to write an inequality statement. Okay, so what is an inequality or an inequality statement? It's a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. Okay? Make sure you get this in your note because you're going to need to know this. All right, so what does that mean? Well, inequality symbols, less than. We all know this one. Less than or equal to is how you'll see it. Greater than and greater than and equal to. Now, before we move on, these are the ones you're going to see on paper. These are the ones that when you write it, it's going to look like. But how do we type that in our Google Forms, in our practices, in our mastery checks? Well, I want to show you how I would expect you to write it. This one's easy. You just do the comma key, shift comma, okay? But to do this next one, there's no easy way to do this unless we use an underline. And that's really hard to do in our Google Forms. So I want you to go like this, okay? This tells me it's less than, but it can also be equal to. All right, and for greater than, I want you to just do the period key with the shift. All right, and then greater than and equal to, you're going to go greater slash equal, okay? All right, so let's look at this. How does writing an inequality work? Well, let's read it first. Number one, a number is greater than or equal to 5. So I'm going to say a number, n, is greater than or equal to 5, okay? That's how you're going to type it on your Google form, but how are you going to write it? Well, to do that, you're going to say n greater underline 5, okay? All right, a number is less than. Number is less than negative 17. Okay, 40 is less than or equal to. 40 is less than or equal to a number. And then 9 is greater than, 9 is greater than a number. Now, remember, greater than, anything, the bigger number, whatever's bigger, that's the big alligator mouse that you learned in elementary school. That's going to eat the bigger number. So 9 is bigger than whatever the n is. We just don't know what n is. It could be anything less than 9. So it could be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then it could be all of those negative numbers we've learned about. All right, I want you to pause this video and then I want you to try these 4. But before we do, remember, less than. To do it on your computer, you're going to do less than a slash equals. Oh, no, sorry. Got ahead of myself. Less than. Here is going to be less than or equal to, or on your computer, less than equals, greater than or equal, and on your computer, it's going to be the greater sign slash equal. All right, go ahead and pause the video and then come back and see if you got them correct. Okay, for number 5, you should have said a number is fewer than 14. Okay, fewer than is another fancy word for less than 14. Okay, a number is at least negative 3. So a number, and let's say negative 3, this is a tricky one. At least, it can be at least, but it could be bigger. It couldn't be any less, but it could be. So this is when we know that the number could be bigger or it could be negative 3. A number is no more than 1/2. Well, if it's no more, it can't get bigger, so it's less than and equal to. A number has a minimum value. Minimum means the smallest it can be is 9.5. So that's the smallest. So a number has to be bigger or equal to 9.4. All right, you're done with Unit 9, Lesson 6. Go ahead and head back to class prep, and I'll see you back here for Lesson 7.